Hello ladies and gentlemen, Green here and welcome to Why You Suck at Injustice 2 Mobile. By the way, the title is just for show off. Everybody's having a hard time learning the game at first, so don't be ashamed of it. Send your gameplay to my Discord server, link will be in the description, and I will take a look at it and give you advice on how you can better improve. And in this one today, we're going to have 5 Kimflan Sakomen gameplays to take a look at, and I think those are going to be the most useful ones because every single one of you is going to have Kimflan Sakomen at some point, and will be some pretty decent advice and pretty different teams, as you'll see, and pretty different fights. So let's see about this one first. Also, in terms of the quality, I would highly appreciate you recording as high quality as possible, but at the same time, I'm not gonna, as you'll see in this video, not go over lower quality videos, because I know that some of you don't afford to have a phone that can record at high quality and run Inj2 Mobile at the same time. So if you can't record at higher quality, that's perfectly understandable, but if you can, please do. Okay, let's get into this. Over here, we're fighting off Reverse Flash. And we have a little bit of a weird team to start off with. And it's going to be an Atlantean Armor Aquaman and an Atrocitus. And you'll see why he has an Atlantean Armor Aquaman, because he's going for a very, very safe route, safe to the point where it's kind of detrimental to his gameplay. Like, look, we all know that Reverse Flash is going to be a very annoying character to fight. But you're playing it too safe, and you're not even really giving yourself the best tools to play it very safe. But let's keep this going. Okay, so now you see that what's the game plan for this dude. He's going to use Kimflan Sakomen as the damage dealer, and then he's going to use Atlantean Armor Aquaman as kind of a support character for this team. Other than that, the dude plays pretty well. He knows how to chain combos. So it's not gonna be a type of we gotta teach this dude how to combo. He knows how to chain the combos, he knows how to tag in. The simple fact is the fact that he's using Atlantean Armor Aquaman as a support for King. And that's pretty bad. First of all, this is a legit team, but only if you're fighting, let's say, Superman or Wonder Woman in tier 3. If you're doing that, then you can use this dude to power drain and then tag King in for a special 3. But okay, another thing, look. When he's like this in front of you, and he hits you a few times, and he does a jump attack, and he backs off, you need to back off into a block so you can bait the jump attack so you can get back at him. If you keep trying to do this, you will just keep jumping until he has a special available, backing off and jumping. I've had this thing happen to me, I think it was against Boss Joker. I literally was like, let's just keep hitting and see how many times he can do that. He literally went doing this exact same thing, like this backing off thing into a jump attack. He literally did it like this one. He literally did it 3 times in a row, and then he had enough energy for a special 1. So the AI will keep going. You gotta back off, let him do the jump attack while you're backed off, and then re-engage a combo or block a special if he has enough energy for a special. This can be very annoying, but there's a way you can handle it. Yeah, special 3 in there, re-engage the combo. I mean, the gameplay with King is for the most part well done. A little bit of a weird tag in there. Again, we talked about this in the previous one. When you tag in, never tap. Tap doesn't advantage you. Here you got a few options. You can back off into a block, you can continue the combo, or you can swipe down to create some distance between you and the enemy. A little bit of a risky special too, because it could have been interrupted by his class change animation, but it pulled through, so no problems there. Okay, King getting tagged back in. Not the greatest tagging, but it's still a tagging nevertheless. He's gonna use a special 3. And he's gonna re-engage that combo. And I think he's waiting for power to tag Aquaman back in. Yeah, look. In terms of gameplay, it's okay for the most part, so we're not gonna focus necessarily on that. The team composition is terrible though, because I'm simply gonna ask you why you're trying to play this so safe, because you really don't need to. Your Atlantean Armor Aquaman is absolute garbage. It's got like level 20 gears or something. He doesn't even have a very highly upgraded special 2 or passive. So I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. I'm simply saying that I really don't feel like you needed to use him in this scenario, and that using him brought you as much benefit as you think. Like, look at this Skinflint Sakura, look at how slow he's healing. He's barely healing from that passive. And you would have had better options. First of all, Trastus is a terrible choice for this team, because you're going to try and use special 3s with Kinflan Sakomen, and at the same time use special 2s with Atlantic Armor Aquaman, so that's gonna be a ton of power bars that you're going to need. And the Trastus is gonna give you some lethal, that's gonna be more or less useless to you. It's gonna give you a reflective shield, that's yet again gonna be more or less useless to you. The only thing that he can do for you, and that's great, is the power steal that he can provide from time to time. So if you wanted to go off with this team and use the strategy with Atlantic Armor Aquaman, you would have been far better with the Dr. Fate or Power Girl in order to have those casts reduced on both characters, and for you to be able to do more special trades with Kinflan Sakomen. Now, the second problem comes in to the thing that I don't really feel like you need to do this. Because your Kinflan Sakomen did take some damage, some of it could have been avoided, some of it could have not been avoided. But the thing is, he was not that close to dying, and considering how much he healed because of Atlantic Armor Aquaman, you would have been fine. Look, over here you died, right? You have 1 second left of the fight, and you have a full bar of power because Kinflan Aquaman can revive. Considering how much Atlantic Armor Aquaman was healing you, you literally got healed kind of the same amount that you would have had anyway if you let your king die once and then heal himself through his passive. The thing is, you're playing very safe, and that's fine for the most part if you're really struggling, but you're not struggling, and I really don't feel you need to play the safe. So what I would change here? First of all, replace the Atrastus with a Dr. Fate for the power reduction. And second of all, if you still want to play it safe, I think considering the fact that you don't really need to play that safe, and considering the not so huge healing given by Atlantic Armor Aquaman anyway, you'd literally be kind of in the same place if you use an armored Superman instead of him to give King that additional defense. And again, you don't really need to play this defensively. I suggest you go for Dr. Fate and Bane, and if you feel like King dies too fast, you can obviously replace Bane with Shazam if you do have Shazam, but if you don't have Shazam, you can replace Bane with an armored Superman to give you some defense until you get the hang of it and your King can survive better. But again, the thing is, you're playing it too safe, and this is going to take away a lot of your time. Like, at the start of the game, when people learn how to play this game, they are going to be fighting to survive, and I've seen that so many times. They're not fighting to deal damage, they're fighting to survive, but considering the way you play, because you don't play bad, my dude, you're at the point where you have to stop fighting to survive, and you have to start fighting to deal damage. The health bar over there on Kinflan Sakomen is going to become for you at this point a secondary concern. A far more valuable resource for you is the timer, because if the lack of health doesn't kill you, the timer will kill you by ending the fight, and you need to deal as much damage as you can in those 3 minutes. So yeah, don't play the save, my dudes. You're losing out on damage. Okay, now another fight with Kinflan Sakomen here. Excuse me for that. Okay. And this is going to be used against Scarecrow, Dawn of Apocalypse, as far as I'm aware. And this man is going to do a little bit of a weird thing here, because he's got, as you will see, the Trigon Staff. The Trigon Staff, if you're not aware, if you block a special, will give you a shield that works exactly like the shield of Silver Green Lantern, in terms of preventing the damage that's incoming to you. By the way, hold on, we'll talk about that later. What happened here, my dude? So you used the special tree, and then you stopped and blocked. To me, it looks like you're trying to, on purpose, make him do specials on you. It looks like you're trying to make him on purpose activate that Trigon Staff. If that was the case, you need to understand that we'll talk about using or not using the Trigon Staff here in a moment. But if you're using it, you need to understand the fact that that's a thing that's in there in order to help you out if you mess up or if you need to. This is something to get you out of a bad situation. This is something to improve an unfavorable situation. And if you put yourself on purpose in that unfavorable situation, then that defeats the purpose of having the artifact equipped in the first place. But yeah, getting back to this, plugging that special 2, engage with the swipe right there. Combo interrupting there. This man can, to an extent, combo interrupt. The shield is definitely gonna help, and I think he's kind of using the shield from the Dragon Staff as kind of training wheels, because as I said, it works the same way as the green arrow, silver green arrow passive works, in terms of that while that shield is active, you can't be interrupted with basics. And thus, again, you could have continued the combo after that special tree, but you didn't do that on purpose, so you can use a special on you, so you can activate the Dragon Staff. That's inefficient in terms of damage, because you're losing a few seconds while he's doing that special again. You're not fighting to survive, you're fighting against the timer here, my dude. And honestly, even though you're over there, you failed. So look, let's take a look in slow motion at this whole thing. And let me explain you why you're pretty much better off not using this, because you're combo interrupting pretty efficiently for the most part. Okay, so let's look here. This is the first combo interruption, right? Okay, you didn't... Boy, why didn't you block, though? Hold on. Oh, you... Boy. You're actually not combo interrupting. You're literally just using the shield to kind of try and combo interrupt. Okay, now, okay, let's put it back on normal speed. My dude, you're literally using an artifact to help you out do a mechanic that you should eventually learn to do yourself without having that artifact in there. That can definitely be used to try and do this against targets that are not combo interruptible or hard to combo interrupt. But my dude Scarecrow here is literally a character that you can use to learn combo interruption on. That's how easy he is to combo interrupt. So I highly suggest, instead of doing this, trying to learn how to combo interrupt. And the thing is, you're using this artifact in Dawn of Apocalypse, and because of that, this is giving you literally nothing in addition in terms of damage. So you'd be far better off, if you can't combo interrupt, you'd literally be far better off using a Firebox or something that's damage oriented. And instead of doing this, just backing off and letting him damage you with the specials while blocking, and then re-engaging the combo. Like, I see what you're trying to do here, but I'm just trying to explain the fact that this seems literally counterproductive here for you, my dude. But yeah, this is pretty much how the entire fight goes on. Like, the team composition is good. I suggest Dr. Fate because he also grants that armor reduction, but Power Girl is gonna be fine here as well. You used the super move a little bit early there because you didn't have max stacks, but that's fine, I guess. And then you tagged in Power Girl. Like, why? You would not use super move because you disabled it and he was power drain. I don't see why you tagged in Power Girl there. Also, at the same time, a thing that I noticed that you don't really tag in and out much. You should tag in and out quite a lot, at the very least for the first minute, because that helps you generate a lot of power. So you should definitely make good use of tag-ins and outs. If you don't need to because of the All Blades, it doesn't mean that that's not a feature that you should take advantage of. And yeah, this is pretty much it. Like, to sum this up, tag in and out a little bit more to get some energy, and don't do this. Like, regardless of if you can or cannot combo interrupt, first of all, I suggest you learn how to combo interrupt, and if you can't, you'll most likely deal better damage if you were to use an artifact that actually gives you damage against this specific fight again, instead of trying to to use the Dragon Staff, because again, that's supposed to help you when you are in a bad scenario. You're putting here yourself on purpose in a bad scenario, and you're not realizing that it's counterproductive. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay. It's a little bit of a weird one. So over here we got Entangling Poison Ivy, Last F Joker, and Kinflan Sakuman. So this dude most likely watched the video, maybe even my tier list, and saw that, oh, those three characters are S tier, I have all of them, let's slap them together in one team, now kiss. It doesn't work like that. You need a specific team to take advantage of all your character strengths. Over here, you're kind of using EPI as a combo builder for Kinflan Sakuman, and that's a little bit weird. And what's weird to me is that you kind of got the gist of things. Hold on a second here. Okay, so over here, you're going to use a special tree. After you do that, if the enemy is in the corner, you can do tap 3 times, swipe right, tap 3 times, swipe right to continue the combo after a special tree. If he's not in the corner, you can re-engage the combo with the swipe right, tap 3 times, swipe right into a tag in. Instead of that, you back off and tag EPI randomly in. Doing that combo will definitely increase your damage and build some additional combo, and at the end of the day, King is your damage dealer, so you want him in the fights hitting the enemy as much as possible, so do keep that in mind. Follow that over there with a swipe right instead of backing off. Never back off, you literally have nothing to lose and no way to fail that if you time it correctly. TPI is, like, I really don't understand what's going through your guys' minds when you use a team like this. Like, ask yourself, what is this API and this team doing for you? Because nothing. She's literally a body that got tagged in for you to generate some power. This could have literally been Enraged Bane and you would have had more or less the same outcome. The only difference is that she heals a bit herself, I guess. Again, here, you could have easily followed that up with a swipe right. Don't use ranged attacks, they don't really do much, though we'll get later on into an example. Okay, so here, why you shouldn't use tag-ins, because some dude illustrates it very well with some gameplay that we have coming up over here. Okay, so why does... Okay, so you blocked the special, congrats. Now he's vulnerable, you could have started combo, but instead you tag in Joker. And I guess you could make an argument like this man is building this team because he wants the percent. He's not normal, so he doesn't care about using his teams endless times, and he's using Joker as a damage dealer, but also using King as support for the special 3 damage. But the problem is when you see the Joker damage, that Joker that you have there deals literally no damage, and he has no purpose being in this team other than dealing damage. Like, your King does far more damage. Again, follow that with a swipe right. Don't back off into a ranged attack. API in with a swipe down. That combo is finished okay. Don't randomly tag in like that, because he was relatively in range to use a special on you after that jump. Also, I still don't understand why you tagged in Joker. I guess to generate power, that's fine. Just in there again, follow that up. You can easily follow that up. API back in there. I mean, look. This man is a little bit misguided in terms of the team composition, but he's got the right idea about tagging in and out a lot to generate power and throw special trees in there. Like, you could literally play like this and to more or less endlessly advance in soul rates, because that's all you gotta do, at the very least for normal difficulty. Is super move available over there? Another special 2 in there. Okay. I strongly advise against doing that. Like, your King had a very small amount of power bars. He was even borderline in danger of getting killed by that and not reviving, boy. So I really don't see the purpose of you doing that, since this dude is not gonna do anything for you, so you could have just tagged him in there. King in, that was a decent tagging, not gonna lie. That was a decent tagging over there. Okay, again, you're trying to do stuff with ranged attacks. You try to chain a special 2 from a ranged attack. Ever seen that being done? And that's for the good reason. There you go, you lost your Kinflan Sakoman. We have had rip. Okay, so for this fight, first of all, those 2 characters have no business in this team. Use a Dr. Fate or a Power Girl so you have a lower cost on your specials, and use either a Silver Bane or a Shazam as supports, or an Armored Superman if you feel like you need more tankiness. Or you can even use the Entangling Poison Ivy if you really want to and you're not using her in a different team and you feel like she's a good tank and she heals as far as I care. But that Joker being in there literally serves no purpose, my dude. So yeah, definitely try and fix those things that I talked about. Over here we got the team of Sir Banshee, Kinflan Sakoman, and Dr. Fate. As you know, you can use Sir Banshee here to take out the prisoner, and this is gonna be highly advantageous to you. Because if the prisoner doesn't die and gets tagged out, there's gonna be 2 things happening. First of all, you don't have to worry about the gas. And second of all, you don't have to worry about less of Joker getting a lot of damage in there. Okay, that was a little bit of a weird special 2. Like, there was a 99% chance this dude would have blocked it or would have backed away out of reach. So you need to avoid that. And the second problem is that you tagged in Joker too soon. So, when you begin a Joker fight, pretty much for the most part, except for the Batman Ninja team, they don't need to wait. But for any team that you're playing, This over here, when this dude tags in, it's your chill period. In those 3 minutes, most of the things that you're gonna use are not gonna tag in and out a lot, and in the first minute, the power generation is going to be crazy slow. So you actually need to take advantage of the first prisoner that gets tagged in, and instead of tagging him out, simply wait in the fight and tag other characters of yours in and out to generate power, so that when Last of Joker will get tagged in, you'll have enough power to do something, because most likely what will happen here, Last of Joker will get tagged in, and you will not even have to use energy to use one special tree before he gets tagged out. So he didn't solve anything by doing that. Also, very weird way to do a special 2. That feels like it should have been blocked. I'm almost pissed that worked. A king in there. Beginning a combo. Special 2 in there. That's fine. First of all, that's fine. But at the same time, if you're playing a fight like this where you know that you have a very high chance of dying with king and you tend to die pretty often, I suggest you prioritize getting your first 3 special trees afterwards. Like, that's not the most optimal gameplay, but it might be the safest gameplay for you. It might be the gameplay that overall pulls the most damage because you're constantly able to get that. Let me get my my face out of the block button of this dude. So I got you do the special 2 in there. Something that's very concerning is this thing over here. Why you have Oblaze on king? Why? You're not gonna tag in and out a lot. You are mostly going to be sitting on only one Old Blade stack, and that's most likely going to do more harm to you than good. So stop using Old Blades against this fight. Use anything else. Use Claws of Horus. Don't use any artifact as far as I'm aware, but don't use Old Blades here because it's gonna kill you before the fight's finished. You got hit there in the leg with that. You can do a few things. You can jump over that, you can back more away from that. I don't avoid that myself because my firebox is level 8, so I have a lot of health and a lot of regeneration. But for you, my dude, that took a huge chunk out of your health. That literally killed your Kilnflant Sacrament, so be more careful with the special ones. And as we can see here, the Kilnflant Sacrament has 0 health at this point. Robenshi, this is what I was talking about, the random taggings. This guy has a very annoying AI, the prisoner, so he tends to block a lot. So you need to be careful with that one. Be careful with him blocking, because you might waste a lot of energy, and yeah. He gets tagged in here. By some miracle, he doesn't get stunned. Okay, and what are you gonna do now? We're in a very weird scenario. Your king is about to die. You only got away with 1 special tree. Actually, did he use any special trees? I think I remember he used 1. You got very lucky here because he didn't... Wait, super move? Why'd you go straight into super move, my dude? Over here you had enough energy to use 1 more special tree, and that's gonna deal far more than your super move because he's full health and that deals percentage damage. You're very low on health, so you're very unlikely to do much during the rest of this fight, but you choose to do the super move instead of a special tree. That is being a thing that will deal far less damage. Silverbench gets stagnant here. To be honest, the Silverbench is taking it like a champ for 2-star Silverbench. I'm surprised she survived that much. Again, try to do a combo on this dude, because for some reason there are even instances after he tags in where you get to hit him like 2 times and he randomly blocks in the middle of your combo. So be more careful with that, even though it was not the case here. King back in, doesn't get stunned again. This guy got crazy lucky with not getting stunned. Okay, that's special 3 damage in there. Is definitely gonna help out. Silverbench gets stunned and killed. Dr. Fate gets in there, doing some combo. Kilnflant Sacrament gets in there. Special tree. Okay, so this man successfully managed to use all his special tree percentage damages. That was a little bit of luck involved over there, my dude. Not gonna lie, but congrats nevertheless. So you're definitely on the right path in terms of that. Dr. Fate back in, not getting stunned either. No. Don't do that. I don't know what gave you the idea that would be killing the prisoner. Try again with king, maybe. And if that killed the prisoner, that would have been counterproductive towards you, because then you would have had to tag in king and hope he doesn't get stunned again. Okay, now back off into another special 2. Yeah, this is correct. This is the correct way to deal with the prisoner. And yeah, he's got super move available, so I see why you tried to kill him with Dr. Fate, but you should have kind of known that that wouldn't work, because that's too little damage, and he randomly gets killed by a jump attack. So, again, Be more careful with your tag-ins. Make sure that you get a lot of power the first time before you tag out the prisoner. And yeah, for the most part, you're kind of going in the right direction. You had a lot of luck in this fight, but definitely don't use all blades. That depleted a lot of your health, and try to jump or back away from the special ones. And yeah, with all that being said, I think we have one more here. Actually, we do have one more. This thing is getting a little bit longer. I was trying to keep it at 20 minutes, but I guess we'll do half an hour here. Again, I need to find a balance where it also does well on YouTube so we can continue this series. Because I enjoy doing this, and I enjoy taking a look at your gameplays, guys. So this is Boss Flash. First of all, there's a little bit of a mistake in this thing. Your biggest weakness here is that you can't tag in and out. Or you shouldn't tag in and out at the very least. Because if you tag in and out, you're going to get stunned. So the best strategy is to have 2 support characters tagged out of the fight, and them just staying out of the fight, not even tagging in at any point, and then just being there to support you. The biggest downside to that is the fact that you're not going to be able to tag in and out to generate power. So because of that, you really need, especially this fight, boy, you really need something to power reduce your abilities. And instead of that, you use kind of both of your choices as a third support. Get Bane out of there, put a Power Girl or Dr. Fate, and you'll have a far better time. Keep blocking that, using the block button to advance, blocking that special one. So far so good, except for the little bit of a weird team choice here. This fight is going very well so far. Backing off, blocking that. So far this fight is going amazingly. Amazing job, my dudes. Special tree in there. Okay, so this is something that you should be aware of. If you back off too much from the enemy, he can teleport in front of you. So make sure that you are having bigger windows where you hold block after you get away at some point. Okay, Bane gets tagged in. If you're gonna tag in something at this point, you should have tagged in Shazam, because he has a way to heal Camflant Sakomen. Tagging in Bane literally didn't do anything, and on top of not doing anything, got your Camflant Sakomen gotten tagged in again and stunned. So that was definitely not doing something good for you. Engage the combo here. What did you do there? Okay, so you do a normal combo and you end it with a swipe right. After you end it with swipe right, you have a few choices. Use a special 3 or a special 2. You can't. You don't have the energy. That's the problem with the team building there. Or you can finish it in a swipe down. Or you can back off. You didn't do either of them and you died. Actually, you didn't die. He was merciful towards you. Okay, over here we have a very good example of why you should never use ranged attacks. Yeah, as you can see, the AI literally does not have one care about ranged attacks in this game. And actually over here, I think it was a window after he jumped over this. Over here, it was a window where I think you could have swiped right and engaged a combo with him and maybe gotten off a special tree. But or here, yet again, usually if the enemy does a jump attack and there's a window of half a second where they don't do anything, you're pretty safe to engage with them because they're not gonna use, especially if you're fast enough. Yeah, there you go. Your king dies. Bad rip. I suggest using Dr. Fate here as a support character for the reduction in power cost, and at the same time, either Shazam to heal your king by one tagging at some point, or an armored Superman to give you a little bit more armor. But yeah, all that being said, thanks so much for watching. Feel free to submit your recordings in my Discord server. Links will be in the description, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Goodbye!